Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is March 14th, 2024. I wanted to come outside because I wanted to show you that the snow is going away. It's hard to tell from that, but there, boom, we have a dirty lawn. The snow is almost all gone. There's still little patches of it there, but today it's 7 degrees, going up to 9, and so I thought I would start outside, but we'll go back inside and talk about the cards that arrived today. So if you're finding the channel for the first time, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, you put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. And today we're talking about all the mail that's arrived this week in the mailbox from Postcrossing, direct swaps, and a few surprises. Let's go check it out. We are keeping very busy with the mail. This is what arrived this week. I have 10 official cards that came in from Postcrossing, and then the rest are from direct swaps and surprises, as I said before. Plus, we have the limerick and the fun facts that Stephen has sent in. I printed off that as well. We got a bunch of stuff to get to, so let's get to the official Postcrossing first. This card is awesome. You might think, oh, it's a Star Wars card. It's not a Star Wars card. Look, Time Wars. It is a giant Dalek in the background. We have Doctor Who using the original Star Wars poster. Really cool. I really like this idea. This comes from Great Britain. It comes from Lairk and says, greeting from sunny, the exclamation mark, Britain. I'm going on a long weekend to Birmingham. Really looking forward to some time off. So hopefully she did enjoy some time off. And Doctor Who stamps too. And an Easter sticker. So things are all coming together. It's not quite Easter yet, but still a nice sticker. I like the gold, so thank you so much for that. And I can't get over how much I love that card. It's amazing. The next one is a hedgehog card. Always enjoy some hedgehog cards. This is a European hedgehog versus Polo, who's the African hedgehog. This comes from Mary. She's from St. Paul, Minnesota. And it says the only time she's ever been to Canada was to switch planes in Montreal on her way to Greece. And she also said her mom's dog's favorite toy was a stuffed hedgehog. Oh, poor hedgehog. Because I know any toy that my dog, Paige, our old dog, whenever she got a new stuffed animal, the first thing she did was tear out the squeaker in the middle of it. So if that hedgehog had a squeaker, I'm sure there wasn't much left of that toy either. And she says she's old. She grew up with the Beatles. Loves them. So thank you, Mary. I love the Beatles as well. And I guess I'm kind of getting old. I don't feel it, but I'm kind of getting old. All right, the next card I have comes from Belgium, Ghent. And this comes from Wendy. She asks how I am. I'm doing great, Wendy, if you're watching it. It says she lives in Ghent, a nice historical city in Belgium. Stay healthy and safe. I've been to Ghent once before when my wife and I were traveling Europe after university. There's a stamp. So thank you so much, Wendy, for that card. My next card, you might guess, comes from Finland. And it says, best post-crossing regards, wish you all the best. And this is Aristakos, I think is what it is. So not a lot to go on there, but love the chocolate stamp. Gotta enjoy some food. Got another card arrived from Finland too. We got a bit of a post-crossing meetup. And she says, hello, I hope you like this meetup card. There were not many people. Our place is in a small town, and this comes from Raya. And we have a bakery stamp. I haven't seen that stamp before, I don't think. Looks delicious. Enjoy some cakes, so thank you so much for the meetup card. And, you know, there were a few people in attendance, so it was kind of nice to see the attendees on the card. The next card I got was this one here. An Anakin Skywalker Star Wars card. This comes from Michael. He's 60 years old. He's a German engineer. He lives in a small mountain range in Germany. And then she's on the border of Hessen and Bavaria. And Baden, I can't even read the writing on that one, sorry. But yeah. So thank you, Michael, for that. There are the stamps on the nice Anakin card. Germany was good to me this time around. I have another card from Germany. I haven't seen that stamp before either. So, story time at Christmas. Nice one. And it is a 1000 Shen card. Haven't had one of these in a little while. So, it says greetings from Germany. Lives with her husband and her little dog. And she likes meeting up with friends and photography. and she likes fantasy books and nature and football. Her team is FC Bayern Munich. And she also says likes to go to the Baltic Sea about 2 to 3 days, mostly in the winter, when the whole beach is open for the dogs. And she's included a few stamps in the envelope, so I will show you those next week. You get a chance to see what she sent, so I really appreciate that she sent some stamps for my father's collection as well, so thank you so much. The next card, also a Tausendschein card. These are so beautiful. Just amazing how they sparkle and all the detail that's in these. This comes from Julia in Germany, and she says she's 40 and lives with her husband and 3 cats, and she loves the Baltic Sea. And so there are the stamps. Another new stamp, different ones, a variety of them in there too. So thank you so much, Julia, for that. Moving along, the next card, also coming from Germany. This one probably goes in this direction with the sun coming down through the leaves. And it says, it's nice to meet me. Spring is unfortunately not in sight, and it has been very cold outside. So at the time of this was sent on February 23rd. So probably like us, February is very cold, a little bit dreary, then now starting to see signs of spring and nicer weather. So hopefully she is as well. She says she can't wait to get back into her garden again, and we've got a few flower stickers there to go with the stamps. So hopefully by now she's back in the garden and enjoying it to the fullest. The next German Postcrossing card I have is this Postcrossing card. And it says, well, this one kind of was interesting for me. Before I get into it, mostly you can see the types of messages you get on Postcrossing cards when you do this. Best wishes, hope things are well, maybe a little bit about the community where they live. This one is a little bit different. I've never had one like this. Hello, greetings from Germany. The link in your PC profile is awful. Why isn't a direct from Instagram to YouTube? The link is all super long. Everything but the website. You should use a short or direct link. Sorry, used to work as a fishing defender, and those such links can be problematic. Stay safe. All right. Well, at first I was taken aback. Oh, and then I went to my Postcrossing profile and saw the link that was in there that says Instagram, and then it's amazingly super long. And when you click it, it does take you right to YouTube. It doesn't take you to Instagram. So I've gone through and changed that. The link should take you just straight to this, to YouTube. And it's a little shorter. So hopefully she gets a chance to go in and look at it. And maybe it's better for her. So at first taken aback, but then actually really super helpful. Because I had no idea that it was there doing that. And that the link was the way it was. So thank you so much for checking that out. I really appreciate it. Okay, that's it for official postcards from Postcrossing. Now let's look at a few postcards that have shown up and some surprises. This one comes from Spain. It comes from Ana Lucia. It says, it's not a garden, but there are plenty of flowers. I dedicated the last few days watching Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit for the first time. I really enjoyed it, even if there were almost no women. That felt really strange to me. Tolkien had an amazing creativity. Wish you a wonderful 2025 and happy postcards, or happy Postcrossing. So this to me feels like it should be from a postcrosser. I don't know the person unless you're someone who watches the channel, which I really appreciate. But I don't have a connection to this. There's no Postcrossing ID on the card. Nice stamp. It says it comes from Barcelona. So if you happen to be the person that sent this card, I would love it if you reach out in the comments, let me know. And I can thank you. Well, I'm going to thank you this way, but if there's a way I can send you a card back, I would. But for right now, if it's supposed to be registered, I don't have an ID on it, so I can't register it. And if it's just a thank you card, thanks so much. I appreciate it. The next card is this one. Nice garden theme. And goes well with Stamp of the Month, because Stamp of the Month is about flowers. If you haven't watched Stamp of the Month, you should go do that. You should enter to win in the giveaways. There's a huge giveaway of stamps this year. So you got to go write the word that I asked you to write in the comment field. So this comes from Monty in Saskatchewan. Said he's received my last 2 cards, and always glad to help the channel working with the washi tape, because he sent me some things for decorating, for the decorating challenge that we do on Wednesdays, and I really appreciate that. And you can see he has decorated it with washi tape, with some older stamps, and he says, working with washi tape is not as easy as you guys make it look. All the best. I think he did all right. I don't think it's that hard, but yeah. Just playing around with stickers and washi tape can be fun. Okay, the next card I have is this one from Atlanta, Georgia. It comes from Lisa, and said, the most incredible thing happened. I have to write and tell you about it. It's like, oh, on the edge of my seat on this one. I got a letter from Santa Claus. I was so surprised and overjoyed. It put a huge smile on my face that lasted the whole day. It is so nice to know that he still believes in me and sends me cheer, even though I'm an adult. I can't thank him enough for the kindness. Well, that's really cool. You got a letter from Santa Claus. Amazing. And, I mean, it's not even Christmas time now, and you're getting, look at all these great stamps on here. Not even Christmas time, and he's still thinking. I wonder if he spends all the time after Christmas just writing to people randomly. You get a card from Santa this year? Okay, thanks Lisa for that. The next card, should have the lights off for this one, because we've got some glow-in-the-dark images on this. This comes from Mindy in Halifax, Nova Scotia. This is just sending something a little bit different. And then it says that this glows, and she's got some nice washi tape. I've recognized this washi tape. I have the same stuff. And of course, the solar eclipse stamp that comes out. Also, if you put it under UV, it glows. So very cool. Thank you so much, Mindy. We have another Postcrossing meetup. This one looks extra yummy because it is a cheese meetup. This comes from Vera, and Vera says, greeting from the sunny Dresden for a cheese meetup. I've been to Dresden, beautiful city. Stamps, and then a ton of people seem to be there, all with their stampers. Love seeing that. I think next time, if I'm at a meetup, I need to go with a smaller stamper. This is my stamper. You may have seen it on some mail. It says That Dad Guy, but it would take up this much space in the corner, so a lot more than some of the other people do. The next card I have comes from David in California. And so he sends this one here, Charles M. Schultz, creator of Peanuts. And then so special museum. There are all the people that were in attendance, and the new Forever stamp on there as well. So thank you so much, David, for that. And he says, merry everything and happy always. It's a great way to put it. Now, I have a series of cards that have arrived. This one was sent on the 20th of January of all the 6 flags that fly over Texas. Do you know all of these different flags? The United States of America, 1845 to 1861 and 1865 to present. That's the one we probably all know. What about this one? The Republic of Texas, which flew from 1836 to 1845. This one is the Confederate State of America from 1861 to 1865. Mexico, 1821 to 1836. France, 1865 to 1890. And Spain from 1519 to 1685, and then again from 1690 to 1821. So Texas has had all these flags flying over it over its time. And this comes from Ross. And he sent that while he was back in Canada, because there's that's the US Forever stamp, excuse me. So he sent that while he was away. And he wasn't done though. He was away again to England. This was sent on March the 6th, and it arrived today. So made pretty good time. 8 days. Said one of the most recent tombs at Westminster Abbey. And then he said he bought too many of these type of stamps, so he was just using it up. So he definitely overpaid in postage by mailing it with this much. But we got some King Charles stamps. And then this one as well, the dome of St. Paul's Cathedral. He was there with his daughter and her friend who climbed the 528 steps. Ross said he did not do that this time. And there are the stamps. And then finally, this particular card, he said, stamps to use up, some fun, neat, artsy cards. Equals postcard bonanza, which it does. 4 different cards, 2 different countries, but some great variety in the postcards. Okay, the next one comes all the way from Belize. Who do we know in Belize? Well, Charmaine was on vacation in Belize, so she sent me this postcard and beautifully decorated it on the back with all sorts of tropical things. Makes you want to go travel, doesn't it? And there's the stamp. And I might be traveling, well, I will be traveling very soon, as you will see in some videos coming up, I'm sure. The next card, maybe a bit more risque. It says, men, no shirts, no serving. Women, no shirts, free drinks. And we have this cartoon. And this comes from St. Martin's. This comes from Kyler. He was there on vacation. This was mailed on January 13th, so it took almost 2 months to get to me. But look at the beautiful stamps from St. Martin's. Awesome. Thank you, Kyler. Kyler wasn't done. This one's a bit more risque. If you think the last one was risque, this one is a bit more. We will put it on the screen for a moment. I don't want to have any problems with YouTube, but I think we should be all right with this one. This is the card that arrived from Prince Edward Islands, because Kyler is back now, and so he sent that with those stamps. This stamp isn't familiar to me, these Canadian stamps, so I have to look that one up. It's a 45 plus 5. So thank you, Kyler, for thinking of me with that St. Martin's card that you mailed when you got back home. And he wasn't done. He got another one. He says, Happy Chinese New Year. I know it's a bit late for Chinese New Year, but he has the card, and so he sent it on anyways. It's Year of the Snake. And nice, beautiful washi tape. And the stamp. Thank you, Kyler. Now we have a maxi card that comes from Christian in Australia. Really nice. Says, I hope you like the maxi card. I do. I find them really interesting as well. So that, and then on the back it's just a prepaid because it's got the postage there. And Christian wasn't done. He sent this one a bit more vintage. You can see the gold. And you see the gold letter writing. There we go. On it. So I hope you enjoy this card. And there are the stamps. Thank you very much, Christian. The next card is a hedgehog card and a mushroom card if you like mushrooms. This comes from Olia in Poland via Belarus. So we have a Belarusian stamp there, and I have to show the decorations because if you know Olia, she is an absolute artist when it comes to decorating her postcards. So just wish you a happy spring. So it's here, spring is here. Doesn't mean we're not going to get more snow or a cold snap, but it is feeling better here. The next card, really interesting gardening card. This comes from Aaron in Colorado in the United States. And he says, it's too cold to do anything today, but luckily I have some empty Postcrossing slots. So she got lots of stamps, so she thought she'd do a little bit of writing, which I enjoy when she gets to write to me as well. And the Hank Aaron stamp there. A little baseball, as baseball season is in spring season right now, or Grapefruit League, or wherever you happen to be watching it from. Not the official Major League Baseball season, hasn't started yet. But my New York Yankees are having a tough go of it so far because they're having a lot of injuries, which is going to affect the season, I think. Okay, this card arrived from Renee, of Renee Lewis. You got to watch her channel too on YouTube. And so she said she went with a friend to this pen show. And you can see there's a bunch of information about it on the back. It says you're invited to join us on the in 2025 Arkansas Pen Show, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, March 21st and to the 23rd at our 4 Points Sheridan in Midtown, and then it gives the address of it. Come shop with over 25 vendors offering their carefully curated collection of modern, vintage, and hand-turned fountain pens, fine papers, inks, stationery, and accessory. You'll find many treasures for your collection. And there's the web address too. So if you happen to be in the area and you want to go to the pen show, thanks to Renee, now you've got the information about it. So thank you for sending it to me. The next is an envelope that arrived from Media in Finland. There's the stamp. And as we go, I think it's bagels. Look like bagels on the stamp. That's what it looks like to me. We have a Moomin card. This is a Moomin map of the island card. She sent that. And she also sent me an Estonian first day cover. Check out the stamp. The first day cover. So thank you so much, Media, for that. Slide this back in the envelope here so they don't get mixed up. The next is this envelope. And in it, I will show you the card of Vancouver, Canada, but it comes from Monty in Saskatchewan. Said he sent a few things for the giveaway for Stamp of the Month this month. So I have some stamps in here. I will show you those in another video. But he also sent this, and I'm hoping you can see it. Do you see how there's a mark going up through the sky here? And it is circular, so you can see it down here. Well, this is a playable postcard. You put it on your turntable through there and drop the needle on that, and it will play. Now, Monty said he didn't have a turntable to play it. I don't have a turntable at the moment to play it either. My daughter does. So I'm going to hold on to it, and we're going to see if we can get it to play. Now, it is a blank card, so I could send it back off into the world, which I may do at some point. But I want to hear what's on it first. Okay. So thank you for that. How does this look? Looks a little like San Francisco, maybe, with the hills. Maybe with a little bit more congestion and signage going around. Well, this comes from Eric, or Young, in Hong Kong. He has sent this on. He says that his store that he works at is on the hill. So he's got to go up that. And it says right to the peak. And there's the stamp and the cancellation. So once again, this was sent on January 3rd and has just arrived in this week. So that's taken a little over 2 months to get here. He continued by sending this one by airmail. Some lovely stamps on there. And in it, there's a nice letter. I won't go through the whole letter. It's more for me anyways. But talks about Canada Post and the strike and all the things that we're going through. And then he sent this one by surface mail. There's the stamps. And inside of it, he sent a brochure of the Western market. And it shows what it was like in 1981 versus what it's like now. And inside has all sorts of details about the Western market and some things that you might be able to find there, including clothing companies, some older images of the building as well. It's kind of nice to get a snapshot of a little bit of the life in Hong Kong, which I've been getting through these things from Eric, and there's a letter in that too for me. So thank you so much for all those continuous messages through Instagram and through the snail mail, the direct mail. Okay, that brings us to our final thing, which is Stephen's weekly letter, and let me just read it because he addresses all of you as well. It says, "Mellow greetings, Canadian Postcard King." I don't know if I'm the Postcard King for sure. There are a lot of people that have been doing this a lot longer than I have. As you will have noticed, it's Friday yet again, so it's time for Friday Fun Frolics. Let us begin. Historical legendary limerick number 11, King George III. It's said that King George was quite mad, more confused than intentionally bad. He would wander at will, claiming not to be ill, and the whole thing was just very sad. Now, fun facts about King George III. The first one, King George III was born in 1738, was a member of the Hanover dynasty, which ruled England for almost 2 centuries. He was the first Hanoverian king to actually be born in England and speak English as his first language. Excuse me. That's what I get for reading quickly. I need to slow it down a little bit. Probably for those of you that are watching that English isn't your first language, you'd wish I'd slow it down a little bit too. Sometimes I get a little overzealous. All right, let's try to carry on. The second fact, he says, he became King of Great Britain in 1760 during some of the most turbulent and trying times, including the American Revolutionary War. So yeah, to take over the empire and then all of a sudden have a big piece of the empire decide they were going to leave, not a very good time to be king. In 1788, an illness brought upon by many mental struggles and uncertainty, with Parliament eventually deeming him unfit to rule and making his son Prince Regent. He lived with the unknown disease for several years before his death in 1820. Fourth fact, George III was the first king to study science as part of the formal education. Many of his drawings and instruments are now showcased in science museums around the United Kingdom. Sir William Herschel, who discovered the planet Uranus in 1871, originally named it Georgium Sidious, or George's star, after King George III, before the name Uranus was put forward by another astronomer, Johann Bode. This came from the Greek god of the sky, Orantos. Fact number 5, he had 15 children, 9 sons, 6 daughters. His wife, Charlotte of Mecklenburg, with 13 of those children reaching adulthood. Incredibly, George did not speak to or even meet his wife until their wedding day. So an arranged marriage. During his reign, he gained the nickname of Farmer George due to his agricultural interests. The nickname also came from the fact that the George derived from the Greek word gorgos, meaning farmer or earth worker. Fact number 7. George III brought Buckingham House from Sir Charles Sheffield, now known as Buckingham Palace, for his wife. He bought it in 1763 at a cost of £28,000, which would be around £2 million today. Queen Charlotte used the house as their main family home due to its proximity to St. James Palace, where many royal functions were held. Buckingham House later became known as the Queen's House. King George's granddaughter, Queen Victoria, would go on to be the first monarch to take up the residence there. And the 8th and final fact, to date, only Queen Victoria and Queen Elizabeth II have celebrated Diamond Jubilees, which is the 60th anniversary of reign. However, King George III came very close, at least reaching his Diamond Jubilee year in 1820. However, he died on the 29th of January, a little over 9 months short of the actual date of his Jubilee, the 25th of October. Despite this, he is, however, Britain's longest reigning king. Have a great weekend, everybody. And that's what he said near the end. That's it. That's what I've got for you. Okay, tomorrow, live stream, 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time, which might seem an hour earlier for some of you, because last week, our clocks jumped forward for spring. And so my time is staying the same at 12 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time. But for some of you, you didn't move your clocks ahead. So it will seem like it's an hour earlier. So be prepared for that. And we will talk tomorrow about what's going on in the channel in the next little while. Until then, you guys, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye. Today we are doing a little eating.
Hi!
With my sister Carolyn.
I love the eating.
We are gonna go and I'm gonna introduce her to Stacked, which is a breakfast place. We have 2 of them in Greater Moncton, one in Moncton and one in Dieppe. And so I've been before, but
I've never
hasn't.
No.
So we're gonna go try it. So what did you think of your experience at Stacked?
It was very, very good, but a lot of food.
So what did you have?
I had, what did I have? I had hash browns and sausage and bacon. I had both because it came with both. Eggs over easy and French toast. And it was very good. And a cup of tea and a glass of water, no ice.
There you go. And I had some sort of steak, Southwest steak hash, which had eggs and potatoes and guacamole and beans and yeah, everything was in there. Corn.
Everything.
It was delicious too. And it came with toast as well. So,
Yep, with a lot of butter.
with a lot of butter. Too much butter actually, because when they had the toast on the side, it dripped right off. It was too much. And then I put strawberry jam over top of it too. So it was a lot of food. All right.
But it was
that's
good. I'd go back.
You'd go back. Right?
I'd go back, yeah. It was good.
But we don't tend to go back right away because there's so many other restaurants to check out.
we have to go somewhere else next, yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.